we're actually gonna do this. There's something pretty wild about finally saying goodbye to the dock. You take all the things you own, cram it into a boat, and just point the bow toward the horizon. Once we're offshore, we'll be in our own little bubble. Everything that we need to successfully make the 4,000-mile passage will need to be right here. We're John and Amanda. We are brand new sailors who are learning the ropes as we go aboard our catamaran, Tumbleweed. 6 months ago, we thought we'd be learning in the safety of the Chesapeake Bay. But plans changed, and now we're moving 2 oceans away, down the Atlantic, through the Panama Canal, and out into the Pacific. Call us crazy, but we're gonna do this ourselves. No pro captain, no hired crew. We're just a husband and a wife, figuring it out as we go. This first leg from Annapolis to Florida is the start of a massive trip halfway across the world. To be honest, we've never taken on an ocean passage of this scale before. This is the part where the real-world schedule goes out the window. The ocean is going to do what it wants, when it wants. Catamarans are built for distance, and out here, you're at the mercy of the elements. There's no shortcutting the weather. You cannot fight the wind or the waves. Our old metrics don't mean much out here. We're trading in the Zoom calls for something a lot more basic. Now, a good day just means we've made some distance and the weather stayed on our side. Back home, life was all about the clock and the commute. Out here, that's gone. On this passage, the only clock that matters is when the sun goes down and when the tide turns slack. We're trying to settle into the groove out here and get our heads around the reality of life on the water. So today is the first day of our trip from Annapolis to Florida, and we're going to try and get out of here by 8 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock in the morning now, and this is super exciting. I'm a little nervous.
We should be a lot nervous.
This is the first time that we have taken this catamaran out on a big trip. Our plan is going to be to sail down to Norfolk from Annapolis for the first 2 days. We're going to wait for a weather window to open up so that we can go around Cape Hatteras, and then we'll be going down the Atlantic down to Florida.
Yeah. The first part of our trip, I think we're probably going to be fine with. We are going to motor most of the way because there's no wind.
What makes me a little nervous is that there was a catamaran a couple of weeks ago that sank 250 nautical miles off the coast of Cape Hatteras. From the Coast Guard pictures, all you can see is its mast, and now it's completely turtled or upside down someplace in the Atlantic, and it was a pretty experienced crew of 5. The circumstances around that catamaran sinking is pretty unclear from what I could read in the news. Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
It's just 2 of us. We don't really know what we're doing.
So here is the weather model on predict wind.
What are we looking at? Like, what is geography here?
So here is Annapolis, Cape Hatteras, Georgia, and Florida.
Got it.
Here Gulf Stream is in red. So if we leave today, you see our boat there?
Yep.
These are all of the route options. Basically, majority of the routes, depending on the weather model, take us inside the Gulf Stream. So that is where we will go.
The boat feels weirdly light as we pull away. It's a strange feeling, just motoring away from the dock and the safety of the marina. The diesel engines are humming, pushing us out into the open water. Once you clear the channel, that's it, you're committed. We've left the slip in Annapolis, and the only way to go is south. You realize pretty quickly that the Bay has no interest in your job title or your goals at work for the quarter. Out here, the only thing that matters is what's happening right in front of you.
When we get to the mouth, is that where we end up in Panama City? John, is that buoy ahead of us red, so I want it on my left?
You want it on your left, correct. Because that hut is a ground territory. So yeah, 10 degrees right. Great.
When the wind finally hits the sails and the boat leans over, you realize that it's not about how much space you have in the cabins. It's about whether Tumbleweed can actually handle the sea state and get you to the next port. We're leaving land life in the rearview mirror for a bit, and honestly, it's a relief. That wake behind us is proof that we're finally moving, and that the learning curve of becoming sailors is officially starting right now.
We're about to exit the channel.
Okay.
Do we want to put the sails up first before napping or no?
There's a special kind of silence that happens the second you kill the engines. It's a reminder that out here, the only currency that actually matters is wind and water. We've got plenty of tech on board this boat, but the truth is, you still need to follow the elements of the ancient equation. The wind, the sails, and the current. Getting the sails up on a catamaran is a workout. It's a constant battle of finding the right angle, getting the tension just right, while we figure out what the wind is actually doing. The sound of the lines feeding through the blocks and the grind of the winch handle as we pull the main up is the sound of us finally getting to work. This is what it's all about. All those deadlines and emails back home don't mean a thing when you're looking up at the rig. Out here, success is as simple as a well-shaped sail. Failure is just that frustrating luffing when your trim is a bit off. You just have to find the rhythm of the wind. The moment that mainsail is set and we turn the engines off, you finally feel the boat wake up. The vibration stops, the exhaust smell clears out, and the boat just finds its groove. All you hear is the water rushing past the hull and the wind in the rigging. That's the real magic of being out here.
Overall, it was probably good. We didn't think we were going to sail today, and we actually did put up the sails. But we really have a lot to learn about sailing, and we were having a lot of difficulties tacking. We would tack, and then the boat wouldn't quite make it through the whole turn, and then we would end up having to tack back the other way. So that was frustrating. And we also didn't go anywhere near to where we actually wanted to be today. But at least it was successful. Nothing bad happened. We sailed for half the day at least, which we didn't expect. It's beautiful, it's cold, but it's beautiful. The sun's about to set. So yeah, I think overall it was a success.
So we are pulling into our anchorage. Made a lot less distance travel than I thought we would. Partly because we decided to sail instead of motor. And it was interesting sailing and tacking. We would always tack, and then the boat would just self-tack back to the other side because of weather helm. So we are going to pull into anchorage so that we can anchor while the sun's out, so that we don't run over any crab pots.
As the sun starts to dip, we drop the hook in the lee of Tilghman Island to call it a night. You really start to notice the little things once the sun goes down and the wind dies away. The hull creaks. The water laps against the sugar scoops. You find yourself feeling lucky for something as simple as a warm meal and a dry place to sit. Out here, you're forced into a different gear. You're given the chance to just hang out in the moment, to put the phone away and actually look up at the stars. To know that for once, your only job is just to keep an eye out on the anchor and nothing else. This first night is all about letting it all sink in. It's a reality check on the miles ahead and a reminder on how much we still have to learn. Our passage south to Key West is officially underway. Sitting here in the darkness of our first anchorage, we've left the rat race behind for something that actually makes sense. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. We'll catch you all wherever the wind blows next. Thank you guys for being part of this journey. See you next time.